Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Minecraft this afternoon. We're going to pick up where we left off last week, working on the tables and chairs update. It's all done, but we have some new stuff to work on. Maybe even working on the upper bedroom in the keep, working on some of the interior design in the main hall of the keep, that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping to make some progress there. I have also been playing a lot of Satisfactory. We might actually pop over to Satisfactory later on today. It depends on what my timeline is like. Right now, it's just a chill afternoon in Minecraft. So we did have a bonus podcast this morning. So if you're part of the Spawn Chunks Patreon, then in the next day or so, there should be an extra podcast out there for the Minecraft Hangout for April, which is where we hang out with all of our friends in the Discord and talk about what they've been building in Minecraft. So I'm just going to pop over here. Take care of a few things. And let's see. We are full of stuff, and I should probably put this back in the shulker box. A little bit easier to deal with the inventory since we're not placing all of these all the time. Something I really wish I was in the better habit of doing is cleaning up my inventory in between streams. Very seldom do I actually log in and fix the very heavy inventory. We need some more spruce too. Maybe that's what we'll do to kick off the stream. All right, books, chests and stuff. I don't know why I have a torch. I'm gonna need some more food. Oh, that's right. We don't have a lot of ender pearls, do we? Maybe that's what I should do. I should go get some more ender pearls. Things off. Do we need to repair anything? Not really. Right, that could be a quick trip. I do have the feeling that today is going to be a little bit of a kind of a patchwork. What honey house? We don't have a space for this, do we? I think that actually goes in the ender chest. Oh, maybe not. This does. Gappy the guy, good to see you, Mr. Hello. Moira, welcome back. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. DSGZ, I always start my day with an inventory full of gubbins. That's a good way to put it. Also, good to see you, GZ. Thanks for coming by. No, we're not on 1.21.5. We're still on 1.21.4. I've had some issues with my server. I have to upgrade my service in order to back up the thing. I've actually been pretty unimpressed. My hosting provider removed the whitelist feature on my server and also stopped backing up my server without telling me. Not super impressed. So I've been trying to figure out whether I want to stay with them. I think I will, just for simplicity's sake. But it's been frustrating to try and get ready for 1.21.5, especially now that it's here, and just have not been able to do that. There's a dye box in here somewhere. Here we go. Oh, that's already full. Not sure where that was supposed to go. We've just been extra stuff, I guess. There we go. Okay. I definitely need more ender pearls and more spruce wood, so we're just going to go on a little field trip. Wanted to come check out the stream on your day off. Well, that's awesome. Thanks very much. It's where it's your first time here. It's a pretty big world. We've been working on this town for 4+ years, and the town build has expanded into decorating this entire valley. And so we've got most of it done. There's still a farm there and a situation there, like a fishing thing there to deal with, but everything is pretty much done out here with the exception of those two things. Good day to be here for the first time too, because I'm gonna go get some ender pearls from the end and walk back through some of the builds that we've been doing over the years. Sabina, hello, welcome in. How are things going in Satisfactory, GZ? This is going to be a dark road trip in a matter of moments. I don't think I brought a bed. Also, Cosmic and SweetSandi, hello. Sorry, I didn't even see you folks there. So for anybody new, we do have a couple of command blocks on the server that send you to different locations for build zones, because it was easier to do that to make sure that people's skyscrapers and medieval castles don't end up being in the same area. And so we have builds around them. It's like a magical portal that zoops you back to the main area here on the server. And then there's a bunch of different little builds around here. Mostly, though, I want to go to the portal. We'll check to see if there's any ender pearls that spawn. If there is, then it'll be a really short trip. Oh, thanks, Jeezy. I really appreciate it. I always fall off my Minecraft worlds after a few months. This is a 7, almost 8-year-old world, but the build itself in Westhill is 4 years. Spawn would be... It's funny in these shaders, the nether portals are really dark looking. They're more black than purple. I don't remember if there's a bed around here. I don't think there is. Oh, wait a minute. That's a lie. There's a bed in the workshop. There we go. Yeah, I think it's 8 years in July, Sandy, for the Citadel. So I've got the moss farm and the iron farm. Oh, that that didn't render in right away. That was weird. I was like, what happened? What has gone wrong? I'm looking forward to them testing out vibrant visuals on on Java. It does not look like our Ender Pearl system is working anymore. Nope. Okay, well, to the end we go. We've got tons there. Satisfactory is going great. Just about to finish up the intake area for my redone steel production line. Having a blast, taking it slow and over designing everything. Nice, yeah. Yeah, we've been going pretty slow up until recently, where we've been kind of brute forcing some of the unlocks for phase 5 and tier 9. So I've got Mark 6 belts now and time crystals, and right now we're working on a permanent way to have Sam and oh, what's the other thing? Does this always have railings? I don't remember this having railings. Sam and Fix-It Trigons are the big thing right now. What did I call them? Did I not call them time crystals, Sandy? Fix-It Trigons is the thing we're working on right now. That's taking a lot longer than it should. Weird. This would be really cool if we used frog lights now instead of sea lanterns. If I have any spare in here before I start ripping apart stuff, I could free up some storage. There's some in there, but not enough. No, okay. And we'll take another stack for us to use today. Like I said, just a short trip. Oh, I forgot to put that. Got my under chest. Everything here's got a glass floor, so that's why everything looks like it's floating. You can just barely see the glass. Yeah, I've got something like 1,700 hours in Satisfactory, but 1,500 of it are in... No, 1,500 in Satisfactory, 1,300 in the one save I've got right now. And that's even then combined with my 1.0 starter save that I did. Zoop. Oh, I slept in a different bed. Whoops. I don't think there's anything else we need in here. A scary glass floor in the nether, maybe. Yeah. You don't often see a witch just wandering around out in the open. You missed. Missed again. That witch is now confused. Strange thing outside. The Citadel? You mean outside of Westhill? Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Westhill. So we do need to chop down some spruce. That is definitely high on the list. However, I did want to look at my book and see what other things we have left to do. So we've got North Gate, North Road textures. We've got Spruce River and North Points of Interests. That is something I feel we're going to do with 121.5. All of this is kind of like the same. Finish Secret Passage by the Canal Warehouse. Right, okay, I do remember that. We might be able to knock that out today. Bee Farm. I think we're also going to wait for 1.25 for that, or 21.5. Main hall mezzanine, main kitchen. That's probably what I'm going to work on today. The last one will be the Keep Distillery. Southgate Tower, top floor needs storage design. Oh, I could do that today too. Upper level undercroft warehouse area. I actually don't remember where that is. Mansion roof lighting. I knew about the bug and housed next to bee nest house. Small unfinished. We can knock out a few things, I think. That should be doable. I do think though I'm going to clean up here. I feel like if we start using the keep as a home base, it'll be better. Oh, might need to place one of these down. And did that have any spare room? I'll just use this one. Cool. MindTripMedia with 100 bits. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. And a tier 1 sub going out to the community. That went to MC Mira CZ. Thanks so much, MindTrip. I really appreciate it. And MC Mira, if you want to connect your Discord and your Twitch accounts, now that you have a sub, you can join us in the Joel Duggan Discord. Sunnybrook1, hello. How's it going? It's nighttime again already. Takes no time. Bones of Cosmic. Stone is usually the easiest one to put away first. grass. Definitely got these out of order. Mangrove roots. See there? Dirt landscaping. Bones too. I feel like I've added a shulker box. Mangrove wood, birch wood, acacia wood. Chest and professions. I feel like this is in here most of the time. And that also goes in there. Mikatu, hello, welcome back. Yep, yeah, we're on the Citadel today. All right, first things first, I desperately need more spruce wood. So we're gonna grab some saplings, bone meal, and find a good spot to do this. I guess out front is just as good a spot as any. Yeah, making all the tables and chairs really ate up a lot of our bone meal. Oh, I think that secret passage that I was talking about is over here. Yeah, I think that's it there. Not really secret, but it's definitely unfinished. Yeah, I think this is something I clocked as needing a little bit of TLC. I might make it a little bit less obvious. Always a cool view in the morning. Yeah, today's been so far so good. We had a bonus podcast with the Spawn Trunks this morning and pancake brunch, and then now we're just making more spruce wood. And I am constantly pressing satisfactory hotkeys. For anybody wondering, it's like why is he just kind of standing there doing nothing? It's like, well, what's happening is I'm pressing the inventory button for satisfactory. Right. Good stuff. maybe face the sun so it's not so dark. Do you think tables and chairs should come in more than one when you craft them? I think that could be a ratio that could be increased, yeah. I think it's a little bit too traditional in terms of how much it yields for the stuff that you put in. I feel like maybe a pair of chairs. A table makes sense. I think maybe a table makes sense in terms of the ratio. This is an incredibly dense tree. And it's also not very tall. Yeah, I could see maybe one table, but then 2 chairs. They're constantly working on it. McScrewGunn is working on the for anybody listening. McScrewGunn is the author of the data pack. Oh no. Oh, I just made it. That was close. I guess one good thing about these dense trees is that we're not losing any logs. Like, we're basically collecting everything as we go. Nothing's being left sitting up here. Or not as much, anyway. It's really cool to see the light kind of dappling through the leaves. It's kind of fun. I imagine that would be a really cool feature of vibrant visuals too. Yeah, I think the one thing that I've noticed I've missed from the tables and chairs 1 to tables and chairs 2 has been the ability to put carpet on them and change them in that way. I also find I misclick a lot trying to adjust a chair or adjust a table. So interacting with them is a little bit tricky. Have you, McScrewGunn, have you addressed the issue of not being able to put something on top of the table easily? Or if there's something above the table, you can't place it, even though it fits in the 1 block space? We've created a tunnel of spruce leaves. You love that trick? Oh, the ender pearl trick? Yeah, it's definitely the fastest way to get spruce, I find. I think it's even faster than creating like a specialty farm, because then you got to find TNT, and like I feel like this is the least time intensive and least resource intensive way. I mean, you have to have a decent supply of ender pearls, would be my only caveat there, which we do have. Like, we've got a ton, which you saw earlier. Like, we could probably not farm ender pearls on the server anymore and not run out. They're not a really high demand item beyond using them like this. Uh-oh. Tables and chairs placed like an armor stand, so it would require a 1x2 space from which it's placed at the foot. Works well for chairs, but not so much for tables. Oh, I see. Are tables still trapdoors? In that case? There was one other thing about tables that I noticed. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's something to do... Oh, it was like not being able to change the legs on the table personally. But I think you said you were working on that. I think you said that you were working on bringing back the hammer. I don't really miss the hammer. Just a few little things, but like nothing that says like, you know, nothing terrible that's really turning me off of the version 2. Wouldn't be a way to fix that unless Mojang can specifically read the entity I'm placing to really be able to fit it there. I see. Tables are masked trapdoors. I see. Cool. I mean, I think it's a unique case for me because I'm walking around, or I was walking around and replacing existing tables with new stuff. And so there was already things on it like candles, etc. But when I'm placing a new table, then it's fine because you put the table down first and then you put the candle on top of it and you're done, right? I think for me, it was the fact that I was trying to put tables in places where there were other things that I needed to put the table under, but that was because I was doing like a revision as opposed to a first time build, if that makes any sense. So it's kind of a unique situation. All right, I think one Minecraft day of mining spruce trees is probably enough. That's a good amount of spruce. Quick way to get some inventory up. And really was only a half a stack of ender pearls too. I think I'll replace the hammer with shift right clicking with an axe. Yeah, that makes sense. I think rather than having a tool, an additional tool. I was using the hammer around the city decoratively, but that was my own choice. Now we've got lots of spruce. Nice. Too many slabs, though. And never enough trapdoors. Don't really care about the puzzle. tables and chairs being a data pack makes me curious about how it works. Don't have any experience with data packs, but kind of feels like I want to learn more. Are they similarly coded to the way mods are? I actually don't know. Makatu, Mr. could maybe compare and contrast. I don't know. Are data packs similar to mods? They don't require a mod loader, right? So there's that at least distinct difference that I'm aware of. But I don't code. I only know enough Java to like tweak recipes and do stuff like that. But I wouldn't necessarily call myself someone that understands Java or whatever means data packs are written in. Mr. do you just raw code the data pack, or do you use other tools? All right, I need the book. Start with some little things here to check off. House next to the bee's nest has small unfinished cellar. All right, I think I'm gonna need andesite, probably some stone, probably some stone bricks. We'll bring some cobble. I'm gonna need that block and probably some spruce. We may have to come back for more. We'll see. And I'll bring this with me as well. I have to say, having an in-game book for your notes as to what you need to fix is a really good idea. Plus, then you all can see it rather than me like flipping to an external list or some other thing I'd have to put up on screen, like a note file, you know, in OBS or something. So it was this little house here, and when we were running around and doing our tables and chair replacements, in here, like we replaced the tables and chairs in here, we noticed the basement was not done. I'm going to move you over here. So right away, I think we're going to change it to stone brick. Unfortunately, there's no place to put shulkers down in there, so we're going to have to lay everything out here. Probably gonna have enough cobblestone. Don't know yet what we're gonna need from there. Probably some trapdoors. So the outside has got like a lot of stone, cracked stone and mossy bits, so I think we'll stick with that. Looks like we've got andesite around the chimney. I don't think I want to do andesite downstairs. And then we've got the spruce in the ceiling. Right. That needs to be a full block. Or does it? Maybe we can get away with a stair there. I do like these little details. No, it does not look good. And I think we'll keep this backdrop. We'll change that to maybe some stone. that was tough, and that should probably stay like that. I don't think I brought any tough with me. I probably should have. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll go with stone bricks in the walls. Oh. So that's an outside space. So is this? Yes. I feel like that could be maybe mossy cobble. Give me an excuse to bring some mossy stuff inside. Yeah. That's an outside brick. I kind of want to make that cracked. Yeah. I noticed that there's kind of like a lack of texture out here. All right, cool. So then now I need to just do a little bit of fancy stuff in here without light. This game keeps on resetting my hotkeys, and I don't understand why. Definitely a spawning area. So we're going to have some form of light down here. Probably just a candle or two would be all we need. I'll leave the torch up for now. And we'll probably have, as cool as that is, we'll probably end up having stuff piled in the corner there. Oh, I didn't bring the mini blocks. I should have done that too. Yeah, I almost want to put some sort of like double stacked barrel or something there. And then something small on the ground. Do I bring any? I used to keep mud bricks in here. I don't. Looks like I don't anymore. All right, so we need tough, a little bit of mud brick. I think that was it. Tough. Oh, right. Mini blocks and just a little bit of that. Oh, I forgot to sleep. Whoops. Very dark over here at night. Tables and Chairs 2 is coded and compiled using a custom compiler that makes MC function more readable, like programming language, which saves a lot of time. Well, that's cool. Using it makes it much more performant too. That's cool. No custom blocks, just adds entities that display items that cover those blocks. Right. Slice Slime has a good beginner tutorial with commands that you can go to. And once you start running into problems, channels like Cloud Wolf help me understand things further. That's really cool. Are you someone that codes a lot on your own, Mr. Or is this all like a learning experience for you as well? So I was thinking something like this on the ground down here. And then I'll want something small on top of that. Probably just a barrel. Or maybe a brick. This is probably going to be too gray. Yeah, that works. And then in this other corner, I feel like we could, maybe this is where we need to put this. Yeah. Oh, I only brought a stack of these, didn't I? Didn't bring stairs. Nuts. It feels like a weird empty space. That's pretty good. And I wonder if I could just use empty item frame. Try to pile things up a little bit. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. And now I just want to do a little bit of texture on the floor. And I brought the tuff with me again. maybe be able to put a little bit more texture in the wall. You know what? I think maybe that's a better way to go. Oh, you know what? I wanted to put a candle down here, didn't I? That's what I'll put on that. I think maybe brown candles might look a little bit better. Thanks for the heads up, Cosmic. Appreciate it. Flint and steel. All right, get rid of that. We still have a 0 there, so I have to put something there. I don't want it to be any brighter. So we need something to go in the back corner there. Maybe that's where I could put like a mini block or something. Or even a carpet. Oh, you know what? Campfire would be good, maybe. Want it to go the other way. There we go. Yeah, not bad. Cool. I think that's done. There's bushes there. Yeah, just doesn't look forgotten about anymore. It's nice. Cool. Put that away. Trying to stay on top of the inventory management today. Whoops. Not leaving anything behind. Cool. One more thing to check off. Folks, I take a break about once an hour. It is time for me to step away for that bit. I need to grab another cup of coffee. You should too. Grab a snack, grab a friend, and we'll be back in a few minutes as we work along the to-do list here in Westhill. I'll be right back. Elcor95, thanks very much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. What were you doing today? Minecraft, I'm assuming. Looks like, yep, Minecraft, good stuff. Thanks for the shout out for Elcorn. Cosmic, appreciate it. Was just finishing up a run at Impossible Minecraft on a server with the fight against Crystal Spine, the three-headed ender dragon. Wow, that sounds intense. I haven't fought the dragon in ages, let alone a modded version. Well, very cool. Welcome in, folks. Thanks again, Elcorn, for sending over your peeps. If you're new here, my name is Joel Duggan, and I stream and podcast full-time. The podcast is about Minecraft. It's called The Spawn Chunks. You've probably heard of it, but if not, then check it out. It's at thespawnchunks.com or your favorite podcasting app by that name. It's also on YouTube if you want to watch a video version, which is great. We do it every Monday, myself and Pixel Riffs, and we've had a lot to talk about with the happy ghasts and the lease changes and all the stuff coming out of Minecraft Live. So it's been pretty active as a conversation over there on the podcast. And of course, here on the Citadel, I needed sleep. We have been working on this medieval town build called Westhill for 4+ years, probably 4.5 years, I can safely say now. And we are currently walking around and fixing little things that we noticed while we were doing some tables and chairs modifications. But if I pop into some free cam stuff here, you'll see it's a pretty big build. And we had to go walk around and replace all the tables and chairs from an old data pack. But we've also got the fields in the valley as part of the build. It extends a little bit to the south, but as soon as it gets out of the sight of the town into the trees, that's kind of where things stop. That's the kind of like the overview of everything. But we've got a lot of detail going around the build. And so we actually can check something off here. We just finished up a basement that I noticed that was not done. So we've got house next to bee nest house has small unfinished cellar. Check. That is now done. Candle shop, bedroom, birch table, model texture bug. That I think is on me. That's the texture for a 3D table, 3D trapdoor texture pack. I am 99% sure that is what Mr. told me. So we're gonna go check that out briefly, because I could just unload the data pack, or not the data pack. I can unload the texture pack while we're here. It's not up here. It's over this way. Yeah, so the little handles stick through the table, and I'm pretty sure that this is resource packs. 3D doors and trapdoors. That's probably it. Yep. That was the culprit. Cool. I'm going to keep that resource pack, so I'll just have to make a note that that's not the best. It looks like it's still working, though. Wait a minute. Is it me, or is it still working? Where is... I need like a spruce... I need like a non... I need like a regular door. That looks like a 3D trapdoor to me. That could be part of my texture pack, though. Like my personal one. No, Lucid Wolf. I'm playing with shaders on. This is Complementary Reimagined, I want to say. Yeah. Not the latest, but a version. Yeah, I don't normally play with shaders, but it's been treating me pretty well, so... I want to find... There's lots of doors left open. I need like a regular oak door. I don't use them very often. That's the problem. No. These look like they're 3D though. That's right. I'll just place one down. Oak door. Oh yeah, okay. That's not what it's supposed to be. So the difference here, this resource pack that I have, see how flat that is? Doesn't have any depth when you walk up to it, right? There's no depth to it. But if I re-enable my resource pack, even though it says it's incompatible, it's just because it's an old version. See, add some depth to them. I don't care about the handles, but it's the windows I think look a lot better. So that is my own issue to sort out as far as that clashing with the tables and chairs. That's fine. So I will note that in this. Candle shop, bedroom, birch table, model, clicks with 3D doors. I guess I can't really check that off, can I? It's just like a note. Upper level Undercroft warehouse area. Upper level Undercroft warehouse area. I don't know what I meant by that. Does anybody remember what I meant by that? I don't know. I don't remember what I mean. Jerry May, thanks very much. I'm glad you like the builds. Elkhorn, yes, appreciate the lurk. Thank you again for the raid. Enjoy the rest of your day. Get some screen break time, etc. Vibrant Visuals is not on Java yet. No. They're talking about it, but they haven't actually released it. I'm hoping this Tuesday, but we'll see. Mr. 7 says, I think there's a config online for complimentary that allows you to have pixelated shadows like vibrant visuals. Really? Could you link that, Mr. Turk? I'll try that. I'm amazed at how you managed to keep your directions in Westhill, though. I get totally lost whenever I needed to get something. Oh, no, it's kind of silly. Like, I can't remember what I had for lunch 3 days ago, but I can find my way around this build. I mean, it helps that I'm the architect that built it. Like, I mean, there's no one else has done anything. I've had some people drop off supplies. Thank you, as always, Cosmic. But, like, it's all me. So when you've placed every single block in the build, you kind of remember where to go. Plus, I've also connected all things with like secret tunnels and back entrances and stuff. I say that, and then like, what did I mean by upper level Undercroft warehouse area? I don't know what the Undercroft warehouse area is. It must be over on the western quarter because Southgate Tower and I mean, I even spelt Undercroft wrong. Well, I can do some South Tower. The South Tower is just right here. Right, this has got some stuff. It's up here. This was completely, yeah, this is completely empty. So this just needs to be like general storage. A lot of room though, so I got to come up with some pretty interesting ideas. I feel like this should be, I'm going to need some other wood blocks, I think. We might have to get creative up here. It's a big space. I really like the way that Complementary Reimagine handles water. That's why I like it so much right now. We'll grab that and that. Maybe the moss. I feel like I'm bringing around a lot of stuff. Actually, you know, that could be kind of a fun thing to put up there. Oh, might as well sleep while we're here. Notes need to get better. Yeah, no kidding. Go to the warehouse and have a look. Mikatu, there are several warehouses. So like I don't know which is which. I don't know which is which. If I was over that way though, because it's next to a note about the mansion. So my guess would be it's something over this way. The only thing I can think of is like an undercroft is the path that goes underneath the gate here. Right? But like this room is done. This goes down around the corner. I guess this is sort of a weird thing. And then this is what I think was the undercroft, was just this path that goes through to the other side. But then this room is fine. It's kind of empty, but like there's still some stuff going on. I didn't want to put anything in the corners here because it feels like you'd have to walk around them. Like they would just be in the way. Yeah, like I guess this might be what I meant by the undercroft. Upper level undercroft warehouse area. Upper level. Huh. Unless it's closer to the south gate. Because this is the closest thing we've got to a warehouse near the south gate, and this is all done. It's a weird oxymoron. Like an upper level undercroft, like it's above the underside or under the upper thing. Like it's just weird. It's a weird way to describe that. Anyway, up here we can absolutely start putting some stuff down. Vertical or horizontal? Probably vertical. I'll wait to do the details on the signs later because there's probably going to be stuff like piled up against this. So for example, like that sign might have something else in front of it. Like a crate. Not awful. That feels a little bit strange there. I might want to try and add something above that, like a barrel. Need to make more barrels. Oh, but then that looks as the same as the wall texture. The only downside about using things like barrels in your wall design is that when you go to use a barrel in the space, it looks kind of funny. It's like a piece of wall. Wondering if we could get away with even piling up a couple of ores in here. Generally, I keep the top of the stairs clean, so this is probably a good spot to put things here. Maybe custom spruce thing here. But then what do we put on the bottom? Maybe like a composter. Kind of like the idea of another oak block, actually. Maybe this time we'll use oak signs. Definitely better way. Oh, that's better. Kind of get like a hint of the composter. This reminds me of when I take notes, write something vague and think, surely I'll remember that. What that means later? Yeah, totally. The thing is, like, I could probably go back and look through the streams because I would have a visual reference, right? Am I on the versions of tables and chairs with the new pedestal tables? No. Because I am not, I haven't updated to 1.21.5 yet, and I tend to do all my data packs and mods at the same time, so I'm still waiting on that. And that's a me thing, I'm not waiting on other situations. Want something out into the middle of the room a little bit, though. Feel like we could sneak something here, so I could ditch this and put, maybe that's where we can put a barrel. I think that looks okay. And we can make that feel even more unique by adding a mini block on top of it. Yeah. Oh, Boo, subscribing at tier 1, the big 40 months. Coincidentally, I finished a 5K run this morning in about 40 minutes. Nice. That's a good pace. That's amazing. Thanks very much, Obu. I very much appreciate it. Okay. I feel like the inside here is a little plain. Yeah, these are old designs. I'm trying not to noodle at stuff, but I do kind of want to put trapdoors under the windows. I don't know if I want to do dark oak trapdoors or spruce trapdoors. Oh, dark oak for sure. The Wormbow, hello, hello. That's pretty good. I think the only thing missing now is just like something in this space. Maybe we can sneak out another composter. No, I feel like it needs to be low. Another slab of some sort. Oh, you know what? I wonder. You know, that's not bad. It's a lot of oak. Maybe I switch this back to spruce signs. And now I want this to be something darker. I wish we had strip slabs. That would look better, but the small nitpicky thing. Yeah, I think that works. That was a fun idea. Don't think I have many blocks of coal. If I do, they're not here. I might be able to squeeze in a chest in the corner. Just, it feels a little repetitive. Nah. Does feel like it's not really the best use of space, but take care, Mikatu. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I do have some coal ore. Weird how those don't, not compatible. That looks like it might be an actual coal block. Oh, that's a coal block. Hold on. Those are the same. The heads I can't do anything with. I tend to put those over here. Try to check from here first. I absolutely went the wrong way. Whoops. I think the ore might look better there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to fuss about this too much. I think that's probably pretty good. Upper level undercroft warehouse area. Southgate Tower. Top floor. See, this is the Southgate Tower. I wonder if this is like part of the Southgate Tower. Upper level undercroft warehouse area. I don't see anything in here that needs fixing. I'm trying not to go back and rebuild things. Because when the build is 4 years old, like there are blocks and things that just weren't available when we built this south gate. But that I think is true to the history of any town that would be built like this, even if it was in real life. So I feel like it's worth leaving things built in the era of Minecraft that they were built in. Mansion roof lighting. I don't know how we're going to handle that. Thanks for the lurk, Dan. Appreciate it. It's pretty dark over here, too. Not a lot of street lights. I feel like I've just kind of fallen off. There were some street lights happening here, but I think I just kind of stopped doing it. Maybe we have to add something there. Yeah, like I feel like we've got some stuff happening down here. Maybe it's just the one. Yeah, it gets pretty dark. I would love to not have to consider that, but in survival, that's something you have to worry about. Here we're good. Mansion roof lighting. I remember talking about this because this is all 0. Yes. That's problematic. Well, we can put a pressure plate there. That'll fix that. That'll fix that, no problem. Or I could turn it into a stair. I could just put pressure plates there. I think I've got stone bricks with me. Make it a stair that's not spawnable. And it matches up with what's going on there. And then over here, we can just do that, stop the spawns there. The rest of this stuff, though, I feel like we want to like hang in some lanterns along here. But we can't do much because there's like, I'd like to hang lanterns in between. I guess I could try to hang lanterns on those. Maybe on each one. I mean, that's all it takes to get rid of all the problems, right? 2 lanterns and we're good. Even over here, it's not so bad. So what do we want to put here to hang that from is the only other question. This is where I wish we had some sort of trapdoor that really worked. I guess maybe we could use a fence post. That or a trapdoor. And I would probably use like a nether brick fence because our nether brick fence is black. I think a fence post makes more sense. Yep. So I'll go grabbing 2. Ooh, starting to rain. I've got nether bricks down here somewhere. Or maybe it was in here. Oh, I had them in there all along. Whoops. All right, well. It's looking in the wrong shulker box. This is why I wish we had a little bit more control over labeling shulker boxes. It'd be nice to have more symbols on them. We were using a mod Shulker Plus, I think, where you could put like a symbol, like an item on top of the shulker box. And when you've got 4 or 5 shulker boxes that are all brown or all pink, it's kind of nice to be able to pick between the two. I think that takes care of all the lighting issues that we had up here. Nice. Feels like it's fits the build too. Kind of makes sense. We've got the 4 horsemen, I guess, outside. Yay. Weird. I was like, didn't I just sleep? It just thunder and lightning with no rain? really odd. Yeah. Huh. That was an existing skeleton horse trap that can trigger anytime after they spawned. Oh, I see. I do mostly building in Minecraft. I don't do a lot of PvE and all that, so I'm not really as familiar as I probably should be with all the different stuff that can happen in the game. We've actually checked up a couple things today. Mansion roof lighting, that's done. Upper level undercraft warehouse area. Upper level undercraft. That's really close to this other build too. I wonder if there was something over here. No, that's all finished. I know that. Nothing in there. I gotta say, like, the water in this shader pack is really cool. Oh, upper level undercraft. I wonder if I meant this over here. Which is nowhere near the south gate. So, like, what I did not put is, like, the coordinates. You know? That's got stuff in it. I think this is maybe what I meant. Because this feels like it's connected. Right? I think. Where it was. I think that's across the way. Missing a ladder. Okay, yeah. That's funny. Completely hidden. I think this is what that meant. I think this is the upper level undercraft. I'll make a note in the book. 89669146. Eight nine six six 9146. They're both negative numbers. How do I say your name? Shro Fosho. Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. That's amazing. Fun username. This needs to be its own line, I guess. Which it won't let me do. Warehouse area. Hold on. I don't think it needs to be called a warehouse area. We can just do this. Sorry, I will say hi in just a second. I had some note taking I needed to get correct. It's a raid for show. Welcome in. I got it right. Awesome. Very cool. Thanks for bringing in your folks. What were you up to today? I'm assuming you were playing Minecraft, it looks like. What were you doing in the game? For everyone coming in with Shrow for Show, thanks very much for coming by. My name is Joel Duggan, and I stream and podcast full time. You might know me from the Spawn Chunks podcast with Pixel Riffs that I co-host and co-produce with Pix every Monday. Available on YouTube, available on your favorite podcasting app. Just search for the Spawn Chunks, and you can absolutely find it. I also do the Citadel Cafe, which is a sci-fi and fantasy show, and that is available, again, on your favorite podcasting app by that name. It is available on YouTube, although it's not a video show. It's just an audio show right now. But you can find that at thecitadelcafe.com as well. So yeah, so this is a larger project than I have time for today, but I think that it is good to note it in the book. And if you're first time here on the Citadel, my Minecraft server, this is Westhill. This is a 4.5-year-old medieval town build, and we are walking around with a final to-do list, checking things off as we fill in the blanks and check off lighting details and little things that need fixing. So it's been a pretty fun adventure so far. I am looking forward to my new build, which is going to be a sci-fi build, I think, to completely switch things up and challenge myself. You were on Dragonfell. Okay. I think Elkhorn was on Dragonfell earlier too. Working on View Redemption Houses. Was working on the Shouty for Show house today. Nice. Oh, the usernames is great. Well, thanks again very much for bringing over your people. I'm not hearing a lot of follows, which means that you all follow me already, right? I need the book again, I guess. Road texture. That's going to be 1.21.5. Finish secret passage by canal. We can work on that. We can probably knock that out today. That'll be the last thing I do. Yeah, we're doing pretty well, you know. There's really not that much left outside of like the big landscaping along the river, but I need 1.21.5. Secret passage by canal warehouse. Let's go look at that. Yes, absolutely. For you and any of your followers, for show, if you have to go into lurk mode and give yourself a screen break, I absolutely understand. I appreciate the lurk. It does help with the views, as always, as I'm sure you know. But very, very cool. Thanks again. Folks in my chat, if you haven't already, go check out to see what both Elkhorn and Shrow for Show were doing on their streams today. Warehouse downstairs. And there is behind the crate a secret passage that is, yeah, very plain. I think we can make this look a lot nicer. Yep. I'm going to keep, I think, the andesite here. But once we get around the corner, we can probably do more with the bricks. I'm curious to see. I guess we're not going to do much. We could make it all dark. Yeah, it would be kind of fun to do deep slate in here. So I'm going to need my deep slate bricks. I can't see myself needing a lot of wood. This is going to be mostly stone texture, I think. Yeah. Ooh, dark code. Thanks very much. Appreciate that, SweetSandi. Yeah, you know what? I think what I'll do is I will stick to my breaks, and then we'll finish up that little stone passageway when I get back. So if you're new to the channel, I take a break about once an hour. I try not to do it too quickly after raids, but I think it's important to make sure that we get stretch breaks and water breaks and all that kind of stuff. So you should too. Grab yourself a drink, maybe let a friend know that we're streaming, and I'll be back in like 5 or 6 minutes. The Wormbo says that there's really not much left, quote unquote, except for all that work probably takes many, many months. We're still a couple months, I think, of calendar away from finishing. If I streamed Minecraft every day, I could finish up a lot faster. I do not stream Minecraft every day, though, so that is probably one of the reasons why. I've been playing Satisfactory Monday to Friday, essentially. For a while there, we were waiting on 1.25 to just come out. I'll keep the stone mini blocks. I'll keep all my stone stuff. I don't need the iron box right now. Stripped spruce. Thank you, Sandy. Mud box and honey box. Mud box we don't need. Honey we might want to keep for candles. To do backpack we don't need the ores. Nope. I do want the cobbled deep slate and chiseled deep slate though. And we'll bring some basalt too. Whatever I forget, we're just across the river, so it's not a big deal. And this is just, it's not even a really heavy build. It's just something that I don't like leaving things that feel unfinished. We can probably set up shop in here. Stone bricks, andesite. I don't know if we're going to need cobblestone. So what I'm thinking back here is that maybe we'll take, so this has got some wall design there, but maybe we could take this, because this looks like it's, yeah, that's covered by something. So we could just use deep slate bricks and maybe some cracked deep slate bricks. Along here. That is, well, I'll leave that like that maybe. That was, well, you know what? We can probably get rid of that. And maybe line the floor with them. And do that along here too. Yeah, and then in this top part, maybe we can mix in cobble deep slate and a little tuff. Cobble deep slate and deep slate bricks, I didn't realize how different they looked. Oh, that has to stay like that. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe we'll switch these. Also, not sure if we're keeping the torch lights. Maybe we'll put some candle things in here, like little cubbies. I imagine the lighting is probably pretty dim without these torches. Yep. I just realized in this shader pack, they actually give some blocks reflective properties, which is neat. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I wonder if I can switch that out. You know what? I think that would be okay as a deep slate. Or maybe tough. I feel like tough would be the easiest thing to transition. Maybe we'll keep tough on the ground. Has that kind of a little bit of a wet green look to it. And we also have tough bricks that we can mess with too. We don't have cracked tough, unfortunately. Do we like that? I don't know. I think I do like the bricks better. We need more there. Maybe this needs to be spiced up with some deep slate as well. Yeah, that helps. Definitely. Yep. might have made a repeating pattern without intentionally doing that. Oh, crap. Let's switch, I guess, these ones around. Oops. All this for something that's underground that no one's going to see. All right, so I don't want the candle be visible there. We don't want it there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3. We'll put the candle here. My guess is that we'll do like a gray candle. Actually, maybe we'll do like a special deep slate. Yeah. Probably have to do 2. Oh, that gets, there's a torch in here, isn't there? Oh, it's a lantern in here. I guess we'll have to have some sort of light source in here. I think that works. I'll just put this down temporarily so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, like they really do a good job in this shader pack to have like some of the reflective stuff that we've seen in the vibrant visuals. It's cool. Maybe this is where we can put in the basalt. Kind of sooty. I think maybe we'll have a frame here. What am I doing? Not that. Now the ceiling. This is part of the pub. I feel like that's a good spot to like stop the deep slate bricks. And then we need another candle cubby here, probably. Not so much for block lighting, but certainly for like visual lighting. 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's easy. 1, 2, 3, right here. Light gray, gray. Those are a little bit weird. I wonder what the gray candles look like. They might be even warmer. Actually, you know what? I like those better. Cool. Still need these to see what we're doing. At least we're getting there. And my inventory is jammed. And then I've got, I think it was an upside down stair, and then basalt at the back. Oh, do I have one? I do. Whoops, that is not the right block. I do like using some lighter blocks to kind of indicate an even brighter color, like the light from the candle shining off of the wall on that side. Oops. I do like all the hidden ways that you can walk through Westhill, SweetSandi. Thanks. Yeah, I like it too. It's a fun little Easter egg. So it's just the ceiling. I think we can just make this regular deep slate. Because it's going to be so dark down here, you're not really going to be able to see anything. So if this was like a tunnel that you could smuggle something into the inn, I think that feels pretty good. See what I mean by using the lighter blocks to kind of like accent where light might bounce around? So like light coming around the corner hitting there. Light from across the candles. Light coming in through here. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. So then this end, I think we're going to stick more with stone. And I would say the easiest thing would be to just give it a frame. Solely Lacey, thanks very much for the raid. That's the third raid today. We're popular. Very much appreciated. What were we up to on stream today? We are decorating a underground secret passage. Whoops. Careful not to block off the secret underground passage. Does that need to be there? That probably doesn't need to be there. Lucky Raz, I'm new. What are you doing? Decorating an underground passage. Built a sniffer farm. Very cool. Just chilled out stream today, putting together the sniffer farm on your hardcore world. Very cool. Hold on. Let me, I need to sleep here to get some daylight going. And then I'll show you all what we've been up to over the last 4 years in this build. Yeah, lots of VODs on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube as well, of course, for people that are interested. Right. So this is kind of like a warehouse along our canal. And what we've been working on is this secret passage that's in behind it that connects up to some other buildings. But I will just pop into camera mode here to show you where we are. So there we are down there. So this has been about 4.5 years of consistent streams and building. And everything's ours. We've had some server mates drop off some materials here and there, but it's all been constructed by us. And it goes by like from south, like it doesn't really go into the woods that much. Stops about there, stops about there. But then everything north, there's like farms and stuff in the valley. And basically along these two rivers is basically, in between the two rivers is the build. Anything that you see between these two rivers is kind of what we've been working on. But there's lots of cool details. Everything along here is all detailed, and all of the insides are also done. So like they'll have like warehouses and they've got different things and all that stuff going on. So I've just been going through a checklist of things that I noticed we're needing some updating, and I'm just realizing now we could probably do that there. So here we might want to start using some other stuff. That's, I want to know what that looks like on the outside. Thanks very much for the follows, everyone. I really appreciate it. And another raid. John Banks with a party of 3. Amazing. That's the 4th raid today. John, what were you up to in Minecraft? I'm assuming Minecraft. What were you up to on stream? Nugget. Hello, I came in from the raid and you're an awesome builder. Thanks very much. I really appreciate that. First time catching the weekend stream. Very cool. Thanks, John. Let me again back up here just so we can kind of fill everybody in. So once again, this is a 4.5-year-old build, and it's called a Westhill. And we're in the merchant market corner right now, doing some secret passages underneath the ground. I mean, they're not so secret. I'm broadcasting, so like everybody knows about them. But for the town, they're secret. I'm also one half of the Spawn Chunks podcast. So if you're looking for Minecraft news, Minecraft discussion, check out thespawnchunks.com or look up the Spawn Chunks on YouTube or your favorite podcasting app. That is where I think most people probably know me from. John, no Minecraft today. I was working on some game development. Oh, cool. Are you writing your own game? You coding your own game? I was thinking about getting into game development, but I don't know how to code. So I'd first have to learn some stuff there. I do like messing around with AI though, for like little applications for home. But yeah, if anybody has any questions about the build, let me know. Fire them in chat. I'll be happy to talk about it. And once again, that Spawn Chunks is on Mondays. We do live recordings in the Discord, not my Discord, but the Spawn Chunks Discord, and then we publish every Monday. I wanted to look at the trapdoor in here. Right, so it's flush with the floor. But you can see through the edge there. Okay. Where am I going? I think the one thing about the shader pack that I don't like is the fact that it lights up the ink on signs too brightly. Right, so we're going to need something to cover that up. That's probably why that wall was there. Yeah, I would say that's probably why that was there. We'll maybe knock this part out. And I think maybe we'll put in some proper spruce there. Not spruce, oak as well. Do I bring? I don't think I brought the oak with me. Ceiling here. I feel like andesite is going to be the better choice. Oh, that's a barrel. Uh-oh. Go up and check to see if I changed a texture in the shop. I didn't mean to. Have a good stream. Place looks awesome. I'm gonna have to go jump off for now. No problem. Solely Lacey. Same thing with you, John. If you've got a bail, I understand the need to raid and run sometimes and protect the eyeballs. So no worries there. If anybody has to raid and run, I appreciate the lurks. It's all good. I am, says John. Somehow gotten a small team together for that, so it's great because art is not my strong suit. Oh, that's good. You've got like a bunch of people with different strengths working on the game. That's awesome. Very cool. Is there a place where people can, I mean, obviously besides your Twitch channel, is there a place where people can go to look at more game, like a website or something? Feel free to, I mean, you might not be able to post it in chat, but if you spell it out phonetically, Sandy can maybe link it. I just bring the whole oak chest, I guess. Spruce as well. Oh, that's a good point, Sandy. Yeah, they could also just DM you. Okay, I want ladders and maybe stripped. Or maybe we just do bricks. No, I think maybe Maybe planks. Cool. That works. It does look a little bit funny. Maybe we will have this go right to the corner. That's a little bit better. Or we could just cover the whole thing up. That's why I wanted to bring my wood over here, because I knew I was going to need to noodle around with some stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe if we switch these. Nope. I think what's throwing me is this. So maybe we'll just take this out as well. There we go. All right, that feels better. All right, and then the walls, I think we'll just continue with the mix of andesite and stone. Keep it pretty simple. Tough stone. Where is my andesite? Down the other end, I think. Yep. Technically it's lit, but she's dark. Whoops. Now, is any of this outside? It probably is. Oh, no. This was definitely an afterthought. Oh, there goes the light. I definitely want that back somehow. Yeah, and I think from here we can just sprinkle in a little. Same thing, I feel like andesite looks brighter, so it would make sense to kind of pretend that there might be light coming in from the door. Maybe we'll do upside down stone stairs. And I guess the lantern right in the middle feels like a little bit much. I liked it better over on the side. Although you can't see what I'm doing. That there. I think that works better. Again, thinking about the light coming up from the stairs with like the andesite coming from the stairwell, making it look like it's a little bit lighter at the bottom. That works. I'm just going to pepper in some cracked stone if I've got it handy, which I don't think I do. There we go. Super dark. And we'll also throw in some crack down here too. That's working out quite well. And then what else do we want to change here? I guess the floor. I don't want to just do more andesite, but that feels like the right choice. I think that works. Cool. So then it's just the other end. It's the only thing left. Nothing yet for Link, still in early development. Once more of the art is in, we'll be setting up more marketing materials. Very cool. Good for you. My job is in systems for the game, which are coming along nicely, and I'm happy with that. Oh, that's great. Are you using any AI at all, or are you like coding it all by hand? Oop, that is a trapdoor. That's the door. Okay, so if I put my torch away, well, first I guess I gotta put some stuff away here. Any tough? Cobblestone. Clay. So I put the torch away. Natural light here from the, or not natural, but the lantern lights this up. And then that's pretty good. I think that looks good. We're certainly well above any kind of like threshold 4s and 5s. I think there's one spot down here. Yeah, so we need to have some sort of light source in here. But I think I'm going to do something dim like a candle. So we will chop this up a little bit. I'm going to keep the bricks and the stone bricks. And I'm low on, I guess we'll put cobble deep slate in here. I can also just toss this. So in here, I need another light source. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll hide it around the corner. This is just like an empty cave. Oh. Guess we'll keep it andesite then. Let's do... Have andesite in here? Yes. This may not work. Don't think I'm crazy about that. I would rather this be square, I think. So we'll just go with more carved deep slate. And I guess I have to put it back on this. And candles. And of course, I've run out of other candles, but I do have dye here, so we should be able to fix this, no problem. Oh, that's wool. Oh, it was light gray dye, wasn't it? I guess I should test with. Whoop. Test with one candle before I commit to two. I don't think this will be enough. Nope. Two might not be enough. Ah, that's annoying. That's annoying. We might have to put a little candle in there. Or I could put a candle on something in the corner. So really, I just have to get it that close. That's the issue. Maybe I need to pull that forward. If I close that up, it doesn't affect that. Okay, I think the decision is going to be to put a candle there. So I need to remember what I did with that other design. Smooth basalt, right. It's going to go here. Too many things. And I need the other ones too. And then we'll remove this. And that goes like that. And then we'll put tough here again because that's what looks like it reflects the light. Whoops, that is the wrong shulker box. Technically, I mean, yes, AI, most coding editors, IDEs have intelligence overpowered spell check, basically. So that makes some of the code for me, but overall, it's mostly personally generated code. Nice. You've got AI code assistants at the day job. Yeah, I've noticed that. I was trying to learn how to do some, I guess they call it vibe coding. I was trying to just pick up a couple of skills, and I did find a lot of what the AI was doing was unnecessary. Maybe here we can put in a single. Yeah, I like that better. Oh, no, wait a minute. We just want it to be straight across. I think that works for me. Too many boxes. And put some of these back in the ender chest too. I think I'm done with the flint and steel as well. All right, that should, yep, just barely covers all of the stuff we need. So now I'm gonna sleep to get rid of the nighttime here. So nothing sneaks up on us. It is mostly a spawn-proof area, but not entirely. Using AI for coding is like asking for a green apple and it gives you a red one. Then you ask it to correct it so that it gives you, so you get a green apple, and it just rewrites the definition of an apple instead. Yeah. The bottleneck that I ran into was like, in order to get the AI to do the thing that I wanted to do, or help me with the thing I wanted to do, I needed to know how to do the thing anyway. And so my hang up with it was like, I wanted to learn how to do it, and that's not how that works. You really just need to know what you're doing ahead of time. The more detailed the prompt, the better, which I did know, because I use AI to help me code my, not code. Oh crap! What was that? That was a stone. stone block. That's an outside wall. I gotta remember that because that's already got like a specific texture going on. I think we can probably just pull that in. Yeah, so I'll just bring in some stone at the bottom. Or actually, let's do stone at the top. Like I said, I'll leave that andesite. For the camouflage, there's not really a better way to do it. The only thing I could think of would be to have it farther back and have the entrance be here. But I don't particularly like that look, so I think we're better off the other way. Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate it. Yeah, that looks better. That doesn't do stone. Okay, so that takes care of that. That's just the bottom, and I think we can just do andesite along here. Nothing too fancy. That's a kind of a harsh line. Maybe we can get away with cracked stone. Not really. Yeah, I feel like that works. So again, with the highlights of the tuff across from the candles to try to help it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that was a simple little thing to take care of, but I like it. I think that worked. Definitely get turned around, that's for sure. I find AI's best use for coding isn't in making the code, but rendering the documentation. Yeah, I thought that too. That's kind of what I arrived at as well. Doing mini blocks. I'm going to try to make good on my assessment earlier. Sorry if you guys can hear the siren. There's been several going by today. Try to get rid of my inventory before I log out today so it's not a mess when I come back. And a site. That is the wrong box. I'm in desperate need of a reassessment and reorganization of my shulker boxes too. They are not quite there. We can check something else off. I think that's 3 things we finished up today. Finish secret passage by canal. Done. Yeah, very cool. I missed. Whoop. What is going on? There we go. That's better. Or I could just jump off entirely. Jeez. Well, now we're on the tippy top. All right, folks, I need to run. But thank you ever so much for all the raids, all the shares and follows today. I really appreciate it. Welcome to all the new folks. If you haven't already, if you maybe received a gift sub today, or if you are someone that has a Prime sub on Twitch, you can get access to the Discord with Twitch sub. You can also go over and check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's one of the best ways to check out my work, to support me here on stream, and get access to the Discord where we talk about Minecraft and Satisfactory, some coding, some AI, some stuff like that. A lot of nerdy stuff like Star Wars. It's a pretty cool place, I think. I'm a little biased, granted. Thank you to Sandy and to Cosmic for moderating today. Thanks to Sandy for moderating a good chunk of the week. I really appreciate it. And thanks for a great week. We had a lot of people showing up for the Satisfactory streams. We have quite a few people here today for the Minecraft stream. I really appreciate it. And do check out the Spawn Chunks podcast on Monday and the Citadel Cafe podcast. There's a new episode out of that right now. And the next Citadel Cafe is recording the 2nd week of May. And that happens live in my Discord. So if you want to check that out, then follow the Citadel Cafe on your favorite podcasting platform, and you'll be sure to know when the new episode is out. But in the Discord, you will also find when we are recording live. It's one of the benefits to the people that support me, so I really appreciate it. That's going to be it for me, folks. I will see you all on Tuesday, probably for Satisfactory. Bye for now. Have a great one.